want to say straight up, thank you all so much for the last couple of videos I've done. You've been amazing with your likes, comments, and even some subscriptions. I really, 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 really appreciate it. You have no idea. It means the world to me because I really love doing this. And if I could just get a momentum going and possibly go somewhere with it, it would be a dream come true. Anyway, I digress. I tend to do that when I get excited. I really, like, honestly, my subscriber count almost doubled overnight, and I got the most amount of comments on any video I've ever made, and I've been, engaging with you guys. Like, you sent me a comment, I reply, we go back and forth. It's freaking awesome, and it's what I've been dreaming of. So, let's try to keep that up. So, yesterday, I had mentioned I think it was yesterday or the day before, one of the videos I was doing, I was explaining how I feel very safe here in, New Jersey, in the part of New Jersey that I'm in. I'm right smack in the middle, and like I said, 5 minutes driving, you would get to the South River, which then runs into the Raritan River, which then runs into the Atlantic Ocean. So, basically that far on the east side of New Jersey. So, let me start off real quick, but with my Halloween of the day, if you check it out close up, I am a Twilight vampire, and I'm hungry. The red eyes. I got red contacts just for Halloween. I have bloody axes, and that's really it, because these are just to pink to match my shirt, which is not a Halloween shirt, it's just a shirt. But yeah, I have 3 Halloween related dresses that I'm going to wear, like, the couple days. My birthday's the 29th, I'm going to wear one on that day. The 30th, I'm going to wear another one, and on Halloween itself, I have a dress, and Willow has a costume that we're going to show you guys. Right, Willow? Yeah, you're going to look so cute. It'll be the cutest little thing ever in your costume. We've tried it on already. It looks adorable, and don't worry, it's not anything that's gonna annoy her. I'm not like putting a shirt on her or anything like that. You'll see. It's really freaking cute. Don't want to spoil it though. Okay, so today I want to talk about, like I was saying, how New Jersey, this area is very safe. In 1991 was the only time living here that I felt super scared. Like, afraid that something bad would happen to me. Granted, my parents were always really good about teaching me and my sister the whole stranger danger thing. You know what I mean? Neither one of us would accept a ride from a stranger or help a stranger with his puppies. You know what I mean? We had that very much drilled into our heads. In fact, one point, my father and my mother took us, me and my sister, to this place. I think it was at the police station, now that I'm thinking about it. Somewhere within South River, they were doing this thing where the kids were all videotaped. Like, what you look like, how tall you are, what you sound like when you speak, in case of kidnappings. And my parents have, like, a VHS with me and my sister. Just in case we ever disappeared. That's a creepy thought, but that's what people did back then. I'm 1976, so I'm going to be 47 in 2 weeks. But, it was probably 40 years ago that this happened. Like, back before cell phones and smartphones, and everybody takes a selfie every day. So if you go missing, the cops know exactly what you look like because you just took a selfie. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that back then. So they would make sure that they had something on file for, like, each little kid in South River. Of course, it was voluntary. You didn't have to do it, but it was available to you, and my parents took us. I'll never forget that. And I think it's a great idea for what it was. It was a long time ago. So anyway, I'm talking about all of this stuff, because every year, the town that's next to mine is Sayreville, New Jersey. In fact, that's where John Bon Jovi grew up, in Sayreville. And that's literally, like, I could throw a rock and it's Sayreville, because it's really close. It's the next town over. It's, in fact, only separated from South River by the South River. So, every year, I apologize, I have to have my fan on, but it makes me, makes my nose run. So, it's like I get wind. I can't shut it off or I'll be too hot. I can't, leave it on because it just makes my nose run like crazy. So I apologize. Okay, so there every year Sayreville does this carnival. It is super cool. Like I'll never forget being a little kid and like driving by and there's big Ferris wheels and fair kind of stuff, like like county fair kind of stuff. Right there on the side of the road, like there's a big park there. I think it's called Kennedy JFK Park, and then next to that is like a shopping center. But there's a huge park, and that's where they had the carnival. They still do it every year. But yeah, so this one particular year, it was, let's see, May 25th, 1991. This lady named Michelle Ledzinski reported her son missing after she lost sight of him at the carnival. And it was a Saturday night of Memorial Day weekend. So yeah, the alert went out. He had, short brown hair, he's a cute little kindergartner, and he'd be easy to spot. He was wearing a red tank top, red knee-length shorts, and some type of print or writing on the shorts, and his distinctive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sneakers. And now the authorities searched the park in Sayreville through the night with dogs on the ground and a helicopter in the air, but they could not find any traces of Timothy Wiltsey. Now, I was a little kid. Let's see, 91. I was a sophomore in high school. So he was a kid like the age that I would have babysat for. You know what I mean? Like, this hit me very hard. It hit my sister even harder because she's 5 years younger than me, so he's closer to her age. But we couldn't believe a kid got taken from our area because that never ever happens. Like I said, my parents took us to make those tapes. They drilled into our heads the stranger danger, and we just thought it would never happen to us. And here we were. He just vanished, this little boy. And he was so cute. I'm going to put up photos like I always do. And so you can see like how completely adorable he was. So yeah, authorities searched the park in Sayreville through the night with dogs on the ground, helicopter in the air, could not find Timothy Wiltsey. In fact, they could not locate anyone who had even seen him. Ledzinski, his mother, of South Amboy, said she had just turned her back on him for a moment to buy some sodas, and he was gone. The hunt for the boy went on for months. Hundreds of volunteers were looking, and a telephone tip line was set up, and his photo could be seen on the back of milk cartons. You remember when they used to do that? Timmy was one of them. That's crazy. I kind of forgot that they used to do that, but that was one way of making sure that everybody saw these missing children, because everybody buys milk, right? So, I think that was the gist of it, and I remember seeing his face on the milk. So sad. So yeah, the hunt for the boy went on for months. Hundreds of volunteers went looking. A tip line was set up, and his picture seen on the back of the milk cartons. He was featured on America's Most Wanted. No avail. Now, they searched and they searched and they searched, and then 11 months later, the police found a skull and other bones in a creek at the Raritan Center Industrial Park. Now the industrial park is, I'm trying to think, it's like maybe 20 minutes from where I live, and it's like this big area with all these buildings that do all kinds of stuff. In fact, the Walking Dead convention was held at Raritan Center because it's big enough, and I went to 2 of those. I don't know if you can see back there. That's one of my photos. On the left is my the guy that I'm like in love with, and then on the other side is Negan from my TV husband, Negan. That guy, I love him. I met him twice, and I have 2 photos. There's one up there that I'm not pulling it down, but there's one up there, and there's that one, and those were some amazing moments. I digress. That's where it turns out Timothy's mother worked over there. Yeah. So they were never able to figure out a cause of death. So no one was charged for decades, and it became one of New Jersey's bizarre cold cases. Like, what the hell, Apologize. So then, on August 4th, 2014, Timmy's mother, Ledzinski, Michelle, was arrested in Florida and charged with his murder 23 years after she reported him missing. Despite the scant circumstantial evidence, she was subsequently convicted and sentenced to 30 years in prison, no parole. Now she's at the Edna Mahan Correctional Facility in Hunterdon County. Now that's another crazy coincidence. Do you remember the video that I was speaking about being with my ex John and living in Clinton with him? That is where the Edna Mahan jail is. Honestly, like the balcony from my bedroom, you could see I-78, and around the other side of it was the prison. And it didn't look like a prison. It was like a really big piece of land with buildings. You know what I mean? And it was a women's prison. So it wasn't like a tower with bars on the windows. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it looked kind of like a farm from my point of view. You know, like standing on my balcony looking at the highway, and there it was. It was a really shitty view. Anyway, so she always denied that she had anything to do with Timmy's death, and 30 years later, the legal case still ongoing, she awaits a trial and a ruling on an appeal. She hopes that it will set her free. The court is considering whether evidence against her was enough to find her guilty, as well as whether the trial judge made a mistake when he refused to declare a mistrial over a juror's misconduct in what could perhaps be the final chapter in the long-running saga. So, looking back on the case, May 25th, 1991, Michelle tells the police that her 5-year-old son, Timothy Wiltsey, is missing. At the time, Michelle was 23. She says he disappeared around 7:30 p.m. when she turned her back to buy soda at the Carnival at John F. Kennedy Memorial Park in Sayreville. The Carnival is suspended as police, firefighters, first aid squads, and volunteers search the area for the boy until 2 a.m. May 26, 1991, the day after, the search begins at 5:30 a.m. with more than 300 people searching the park and surrounding neighborhoods. State police fly over the 10-acre park in helicopter, and diving unit searches the 2 ponds. They did a search for the whole park, and they are satisfied he's not in the park, and there's nothing further we can get there at this time. So that was Sayreville Police Sergeant Timothy Brennan. He told the press that the search was called off at noon. I can put up a picture of Timmy's missing flyer too. That's like right here. May 27th, 1991, volunteers hand out 4,000 of these flyers about the missing boy as police check out more than 30 phone calls about small boys seen wandering alone or accompanied by men. None of those tips led to Timothy. Police eliminated George Wiltsey, the boy's father, who he had not seen since he was a baby, and as a suspect, and then they determined that he was home in Iowa at the time of the disappearance. May 31st, 1991, Fox television show America's Most Wanted airs a segment about Timothy's disappearance as police begin distributing flyers nationwide. June 5th, 1991, Lodzinski tells the press she will not give up hope that her son will be found. She moves out of her house to avoid the press. Everyone is waiting to see a grieving mother on TV break down crying hysterical because the public, they thrive on that stuff. But I'm not going to do it, she said. I have another photo of her. This is at an elementary school doing a press conference. June 7th, 1991, Lodzinski changes her story. A fact that is not publicly revealed until a year later. She tells police a woman she knew as Ellen was at the carnival with a little girl and 2 men. She said she recognized the woman from a bank where Lodzinski once worked as a teller and believed that she worked as a go-go dancer. She said Ellen agreed to watch Timothy while she went to the concession stand for soda, and then she left her son with her. But after getting the soda, Ellen, Timothy, the little girl, and the 2 men were all gone. She said she didn't previously mention Ellen because she didn't want to get in trouble for leaving Timmy with somebody she didn't know that well. That's a stupid-ass reason. That same day, authorities scour ponds in South Amboy looking for Timothy's body. They do not find anything. And South Amboy is 1 town farther from me to Sayreville. It's like South River, Sayreville, South Amboy, right? And South Amboy is waterfront. That's what I was mentioning before about how close we are to the ocean. South Amboy is waterfront. I also lived there with my ex for like 2 years. I lived in South Amboy. And strangely, right now, my daughter's father lives there. So anyway, on June 12th, 1991, Farmland Dairies, which distributes milk to more than 1,000 stores in New Jersey and New York, announces it will print a picture and description of Timothy on its half-gallon containers. I don't know if I can find a picture, but if I can, I will stick it up in the corner here. A passerby finds a muddy sneaker behind the Raritan Center, October 26, 1991. The office complex in Edison that police later reveal may belong to Timothy. The children's size 13 sneaker decorated with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles matches the description of the shoes Lodzinski said her son was wearing when he disappeared. Oh, and here's a photo. That's the exact shoe. November 25th, 1991, Ledzinski faces a room full of reporters and television cameras to ask for prayers for her son and answer criticism that she had showed little public emotion since his disappearance. I don't show emotion in public, and I don't think I should have to because someone else wants me to, she said. I don't have words. All I have is this glare. I'm getting to why. April 23rd, 1992. Police reveal they have tentatively identified Timothy's remains after police find a skull in the creek where the Ninja Turtle sneaker was first found in October at the Raritan Center Industrial Park and match it to the boy's dental records. Ledzinski is brought to Sayreville Police Headquarters and notified her son is dead before investigators question her again on his disappearance. And I bet you she didn't even cry then. Or maybe she did for herself. Who knows? May 12th, 1992, Timothy's family holds a funeral mass for him after state and county medical examiners release his remains. Police say the remnants do not show how the boy died or give any clues about his killer, which is a bummer. May 18th, 1992, police sources acknowledge for the first time publicly Ledzinski's account of her son's disappearance had changed several times in the days and months after she reported her son missing, recounting what she told them about Ellen, who was never found. I have another photo here. This is Michelle at the funeral at St. Mary's in South Amboy. And also, it's her mother and her father. So, like, you know, she had Timmy's grandparents there with her. January 21st, 1994, Ledzinski's family reports her missing and her car is found outside her brother's Woodbridge apartment with one door open and the engine running. Yeah, this is crazy. Michelle, the mother, is reported missing as well by her family because apparently, like, her vehicle was just sitting in the driveway with the door open. January 22nd, 1994, Ledzinski is found unharmed in downtown Detroit. She tells investigators she was abducted by two men claiming to be FBI agents, though FBI officials say they are skeptical of her story. Police later reveal they believe Ledzinski knew she was about to be served with a subpoena in the case involving her longtime friend, Union County Police Officer Robert Javik. He is accused of improperly using a police computer to run license plate numbers of cars Ledzinski said were following her. Shady, shady shit. See, that's one thing that I think everywhere has problems with. There's nowhere in this planet or in this world, like, at least not in our country, there's nowhere that is completely free of police corruption. There's always going to be one. You know what I mean? Always going to be one bad seed. And it sounds like the one that was bad seed here was her buddy, her BFF. Yeah, this lady was a piece of work. I hate to say it, anything negative about victims and, you know, people that lose family members, but let me go on and you'll understand why. May 4th, 1994, authorities announced a Union County grand jury decided to take no action against Javik for running computer traces of license plates for Ledzinski. Why? March 10th, 1995, Ledzinski is sentenced to 3 years probation and given a form of modified house arrest for faking her kidnapping. She admits she took a bus to Detroit and made up the tale of being abducted by FBI agents. Crazy bitch, right? Yeah, she knew she was getting in trouble, so she pretended she was kidnapped by leaving the door on her car open and just disappearing. You see where I'm going with my squint, my glance? She's a bitch. Alright, February 6th, 1998, Michelle is pregnant again. And she receives 3 years probation for stealing a laptop from a former employer. Police said she took the $3,100 Dell computer from the office of the heating and air conditioning company where she was working as a receptionist. And then she gave it as a Christmas present. Look what I stole for you! Merry Christmas! What a crazy bitch. You know what I mean? Like, crazy bitch. Ledzinski is ordered to spend 24 hours in jail, followed by 4 months of house arrest for violating her probation when she stole the laptop. Right. So May 27th, 2011, we're jumping all the way from there, from 98 to 11. Oh my god, I'm tongue-tied. That happened to me the other day, too. The words are here, but I can't get them out of here. They get jumbled on the way. I'm so sorry. May 27th, 2011. Middlesex County Prosecutor Bruce J. Kaplan said Crime Stoppers of Middlesex County are offering a new reward of an undisclosed amount for information leading to the arrest in the 20-year-old case. We are always hopeful that one day charges will be filed and justice will be served, Kaplan says. August 6th, 2014. Police announced Lodzinski, now 46 and living in Florida, is arrested and charged with Timothy's murder. Finally! Lodzinski, who lives with her 2 young sons, was indicted by Middlesex County Grand Jury the previous week. She's held in a Florida jail on $2 million bail. Yeah, come here, weirdo. Come here. Oh, come here. There, no, see, I can't reach you when you're all the way back there. September 23rd, 2015, Superior Court Judge Dennis Nieves in New Brunswick says the state has provided enough evidence to warrant proceeding to trial. He writes he was reluctant to dismiss any indictment except the most egregious circumstances, but that was not the case here. March 16th, 2016, the trial begins. I have more photos to show you guys too. March 17th, in opening statements, the prosecution says the evidence will show it was his mother, Michelle Lodzinski, the very person who brought him into the world, that took him out of it. Her attorney counters with, the evidence will show that Michelle Lodzinski loved that little boy more than life itself. April 1st, 2016, Lodzinski's niece, who used to babysit for her, identifies a blanket found near the remains of her cousin as one she recognized from visits to the home. I used that blanket when I snuggled up with Timothy, she tearfully tells the courtroom. She buried him with this blankie. That part is... the whole thing is gross, but, at least he had something with him that was a comfort to him in life. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I just feel so bad for that little boy. So April 28th, 2016, one of Lodzinski's defense witnesses is a forensic expert who tells the jurors the investigation of the site where Timothy's body was found was mishandled by investigators. The case goes to the jury on May 12th, 2016. 2 days later, May 18th, 2016, the jury finds Lodzinski guilty. Yay. August 23rd, 2016, Lodzinski's attorney appeals the verdict, claiming insufficient evidence that left the jury free to engage in pure speculation, and arguing a mistrial should have been declared when it was discovered the foreman was doing his own online research. That juror was dismissed. I got a photo here of the judge. His name was, Dennis Nieves. August 23rd, 2016, Lodzinski's attorneys go to court, ask for a new trial, or for the guilty verdict to be thrown out. They argue insufficient evidence left the jury free to engage in pure speculation. I read that already. I'm sorry, I'm a broken record. Erase that. Sorry. October 26th, 2016, Judge basically rejects the lawyer's argument, and he claims that she did get a fair trial. January 5th, 2017, Lodzinski is sentenced to 30 years in prison, the minimum sentence for first-degree murder under sentencing guidelines. Her attorney says they will file appeal within a week. August 7th, 2013, Judge appellate panel denies the appeal, saying there was available proof for the jury to conclude beyond reasonable doubt Timothy's death was neither suicide nor an accident, but rather was the victim of a homicide. February 21st, New Jersey Supreme Court, that's 2020, agrees to hear her appeal, saying it will consider defense arguments that the trial judge made a mistake when he refused to declare a mistrial after a juror was excused during deliberations for conducting his own research. It also says it will look at whether there was sufficient evidence to support her conviction. October 27th, 2020, in a hearing held via remote video because of the coronavirus pandemic, the New Jersey State Supreme Court hears from Lodzinski's attorney and Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, who spar over the evidence. They also debate whether the judge presiding over the murder trial had been wrong when he refused to declare a mistrial. As of May 25th, 2021, the court has yet to rule. May 26th, 2021, In a split decision, the state Supreme Court upholds the conviction in a 3-3 ruling. June 7th, 2021, Ludzinski's attorneys seek the appointment of a tiebreaker by the Supreme Court. October 6, 2021, the state Supreme Court agrees to take an unprecedented second look at the conviction and the addition of the tiebreaker. October 25th, 2021, lawyers for Ludzinski and the prosecution who sent her to prison appear before the Supreme Court in a usual re-arguing of her long-running appeal in the high-profile homicide case. December 28th, 2021, New Jersey Supreme Court Tuesday, in a 4-3 ruling, overturns the conviction against Ludzinski, concluding there was not enough evidence for a jury to find her guilty. Do you fucking believe that? They overturned it. So they also have a photo of Timmy's headstone. And I do not know, did she get out of jail? Let me see. I apologize. I probably should have looked this up before I started the video, but I thought she was convicted and done. You know what I mean? I didn't know that whole mistrial thing even happened. That's crazy. Apologize here. Let me see if I can get it on my screen so I can figure it out. Come on. Sorry. Tablet's a little slow. You know, I have friends here in South River who knew either Michelle or knew Timmy. I think I even have a friend who told me she used to babysit for Timmy. Come on. Oh, shit. Michelle was released from prison. She was released. They let her go. Unfucking real. I didn't know that. And now I'm really mad. I sat down to do this case to tell you how they got the conviction. I did not know she had it overturned, the bitch. To think that woman is free after... Ugh. Look at how cute Timothy was. Can y'all believe this shit? Like, my brain... Unbelievable. So anyway, as always, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the bottom and in my description box. If you'd like to donate it anyway. Yeah. But that was today's case. Timothy Wiltsey. That poor little boy got justice, and then justice was yanked away. I hope she's happy with herself, because, you know, on Judgment Day, God knows. God knows exactly what she did. And I'm not even religious. I should say the higher power knows. That is what I believe in. I believe in a higher power. And wherever she goes when she dies, it's not going to be pleasant. You don't kill babies and then live happily ever after. This is fucking ridiculous. So, anyway, that's today's video, guys. Thank you again, all of you, for being here and for supporting me. If you want to leave me some comments, likes, all that good stuff, feel free. Please subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the better I am. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.